and he wasn't happy with me, and we kind of got a rocky relationship at the moment.
That's right, right. Then you moved all your stuff over to
my boss's place.
Basil Drill.
Lord Basil Drill.
Right, Basil Drill.
Who is the Lord at the moment?
Storgentherm. I just realized how similar his name is to the other guy. There's Hazel Drill and Basil Drill. Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh dear. All right. Well, it's Basil Drill. I'm going to change his name. Drell.
Drell. Okay. I'm ready when you are, Mr. DeVille.
All right, I'm going to change it to Drellzale. Drellzale, Strongentherm. Storgentherm. Drellzale, Storgentherm. Okay, that's his name.
Okay.
All right. Okie dokie.
Drellzale, Storgentherm.
Yep.
Then.
All right. So you're back at the house. You're back at Storgentherm's home, and
All right.
All right. Well, he summons you at sometime after lunch.
Good, because that chicken was good.
Right.
Yes.
So you head up to the room where you are expected to meet him. Actually, he was going to meet you at the outside on the balcony. I think that's what he was going to do.
Okay, I'm not too happy about that, but yes, okay.
Well, it's a long way to fall.
Yeah, precisely my point.
Right. 3 floors.
Yeah.
That could kill a man. That's for sure.
Yes.
And okay. On your way in, you notice that there is actually a cart sitting outside down at the bottom of the wall there.
See, that looks bad too.
Right.
They got a cart there, so when I fall down, all they have to do is go.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so these things are going through my mind.
Right.
Okay, yes.
So you come up onto the balcony, and there he is, and you see Jagar standing looking over the balcony. And
I won't go to the edge, of course. I'll just stand far enough away from it that nobody can grab me and throw me over.
And Drellzale is sitting at his table. It's a big stone table out on the balcony by the fish pond, and he's smoking his pipe. And he looks over as you come in, and he nods. Oh, lad, why don't you come and sit down?
Oh, I'm kind of comfortable here.
What are you afraid of? You're fine. I've got a job for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'll move closer then and sit down hesitantly.
Now, you might have noticed that there's a cart outside downstairs.
Oh, I picked that up pretty much straight away.
Right. Well, what I want you to do is to go downstairs into the loading room. There's a secret door there you'll find that will open out into the main street, into the side street, actually.
Yeah.
Now, if you go down there, and the Jagar will take you down. Now, I want you to load the cart with a bunch of straw that's down there, and there's a box. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this box. It didn't move last night. I called off the meeting and changed the time due to the very useful and, well, how do we put it? In any case, useful information that you gave me. So we changed the time.
I can't remember giving you any information, my lord.
Exactly. So your job today is to escort this box over to the northern quarter, where you're going to go to the temple of the Order of the Daughters of Twilight, and you're to meet with a man out the back there, whose name, he's a gnome, so he's going to be very short, shorter than I am, and I'm quite short, although to be fair, I'm quite tall for a dwarf, but I'm quite short compared to you. Anyhow, this man is a gnome, so he's going to be exceptionally short, and his name is Milmore Glass. And when you meet him, he is in fact the quartermaster for the Daughters of Twilight, and you're going to trade this box to him for another box.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to bring that box back.
Yes, that's
Right. It's a very easy task. I expect it will take no more than about 2 hours. And I'll be sending 2 guards with you. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes, my lord, but I wish you'd taken 3 wagons.
3 wagons?
Yeah.
What on earth would I need 3 wagons for? I've got you.
Well, 1 for the real one and 2 going in an opposite direction.
Well, my son, as it so happens, I do have 3 wagons, and you're just riding one of them.
And you're not going to tell me if I'm riding with the real one or the fake one, right?
Why would I do that?
Okay, I get it.
Right. So I suggest strongly you do not try to open the box. It could be
no,
particularly bad for everyone involved. In any
Okay.
case, load the box onto the cart, cover it with hay, and ride the cart up to the northern quarter. Meet with Milmore Glass, and he will give you another box in return for it.
Okay.
All right, then you're to bring that box directly back here again.
Yes, my lord.
Very good.
As you wish.
All right.
Right.
Off you go.
All right, he goes off.
All right. Jagar comes out with 2 humans dressed in a small amount of armor. They don't look like they're heavily armed or anything. They've got basically leather armor and short swords on them. They're 1 step up from ruffians and 2 steps down from soldiers.
Okay.
Right? They're essentially basically thugs with short swords. They look like peasants basically, but they look kind of a little bit gruff. You wouldn't want to tangle with them in a back alley.
Mm-hmm.
One of them looks lean and wiry and fast, and the other one looks slow and thuggish in particular, more so than the other. Right?
Okay.
So they take you downstairs, down the stairs, and you're inside this kind of, you realize that the inside of this place is a freaking fortress. The other thing that you notice, in fact, I'm going to roll to check to see if you notice this, but you probably will because you're quite clever. We'll do a perception check. Actually, I'll make it, it's passive perception. Perception, where is your perception? There it is, +2. Oh, not very good. Okay, you don't notice anything. Bugger.
No.
Okay, well, you get downstairs and you find that what they've got is a room, and there's a bunch of hay and things in here. It looks like a storeroom. It's quite a big storeroom.
Is it like a hay bale?
Yes, there's several hay bales. There's like 5 hay bales.
I take one off.
Okay.
Okay.
And you find that what they've got is a sliding panel in the wall that opens up and is in fact a door.
Yes.
And you realize that the brick wall that's on the outside in this particular spot has all been attached to a steel hinged door.
Mm-hmm.
So they slide the panel back and then they unlock the door and then they pull the door, they push the door open on hinges. And basically they've got like fake stones glued on the outside of this metal door.
Yep.
So that it looks like a wall. So from the outside, you'd have to be very perceptive to notice that in fact it was a door, because it just looks like a stone wall. And they open it up, and you notice when you go outside that they've blocked both ends of this alleyway with people in a way that nobody can actually see down here.
Okay.
So no one ever sees the door open or close. They always have guards at either end of the alleyway. So
Okay.
when they want to move shipments into the house, they do it through this back entranceway, and they just close off the alley.
Okay.
Right. So you go out, and there's the cart, and it's got an oxen on the front of it, tied up, and there's a young boy there. Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
My name is Saul.
I'll be with you in a minute.
All right, I'll just stay here with the oxen, sir.
Okay. All right. He takes the bale off.
Mm-hmm.
He cuts the hole in it the size of the box.
Okay.
Puts the box inside the hole as far as he can to the middle of it.
Yep.
And for himself, he marks that hay.
All right. I'm going to make a sleight of hand check.
Yep.
All right. You get a 16 to do that. That's 16 out of 20. This is very good. All right.
Yep.
You think it's a pretty cunning, well placed box? Cool.
And then he puts it up that bit of hay up front with him under every other hay.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then he goes to the young lad, you were saying?
So out of curiosity, the boy didn't see this actually happen, did it? He was outside.
No.
So
I made sure nobody was there to see it happen,
right.
Except for if the eternal bodyguard is there.
No, he's not actually. He's left. Now that you're just left there with these two humans, Max and Jack.
Okay. Are there any other boxes around?
The box itself, the one that you're supposed to take, is clearly sitting on the bench.
Okay, I've hidden that in the hay now.
Right. Incidentally, that box is a large wooden box, and it feels like there's another box inside it.
Okay.
When you move it, you can almost tell there's some kind of metal box inside it, you think, which could easily match the description of the one that your original friend gave you of the box, when he gave you the drawing of the box and what have you, that he showed you the plan of the box to describe what it looked like.
All right. Okay. And this box is supposedly really designed and pretty and...
Mm-hmm. But it's inside a plain wooden box, like a crate.
Okay. So I get another crate.
Yep. So you put the box in, the box is in a crate, and you've put the crate inside a hay bale, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're going to get another crate.
I'm going to get another crate, put something heavy in it, so that they will think there's something in there.
All right. What sort of thing would you put in it? Well, there's certainly things lying around in here. What could you use? I guess you'd have to ask. You have to ask somebody what to put in there, because all of the stuff looks like it has some sort of purpose, and it's all marked quite carefully.
I'll ask somebody what I could put in here and take to do it.
All right. Well, Jaeger comes down. He's here. You can take this anvil and these tools. A few tools.
That'll do fine. Right.
Basically, it's a toolbox with a small anvil in it. All right.
Now I make that one look. I try to hide it.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But where do you put that one?
I put that one a little bit more to the back, but the middle of the hay bales.
All right. Okay, so you do that. All right, so everybody's looks like they're ready. And how are you going to arrange the cart itself?
I'm going to arrange it with basically lots of hay bales and all kinds of rubbish.
Right. Who do you want on the cart? Who do you want near the cart? Who do you want by the cart?
I want the boy on the cart with me.
Okay. And what are you wearing also?
Well, are the guards coming with me?
Yep.
Okay. Now they wouldn't. I'm gonna take the guards
Mm-hmm.
and tell them to keep their armor on, but I wrap a thing around them so they look like farmers and stuff. Like get a blanket, wrap it around them and stuff like that.
Okay. So cover their short swords for a start, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And they can sit on the cart.
Okay.
Yep. At the back. And up the front behind me, if you know what I mean.
Yep, up the front
Okay.
behind you, with their backs to you, or they front facing the front, or is one facing the front and one
facing the front and one facing the back.
All right, sounds like a plan.
And a picnic basket.
A picnic basket. All right.
Yes.
All right then.
And off we go.
Off you go. Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. All right, so we're gonna do a perception check. Oh wow, 17. All right. As you're going along, first thing you notice is that you're being followed by somebody on a pony.
Yep.
And it's a small figure that looks a bit like it might be your halfling friend.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
Right.
I'm happy about that. Never thought I would be, but I am.
Right. Okay, and then you get to the first guard post, which is to leave the western quarter.
Yeah.
Right. And basically you get to I don't know if you can see. Yep, you can. Cool. There's a big gate like this, big wide gate. And your cart is basically like this. And I'm just going to use some random shit stuff here, but this is going to be the oxen.
Okay, I can sort of see the oxen, yes.
Yep. It's better that you can't see it properly because you wouldn't want to know what it actually is.
Probably not.
Okay, so your two guards are on the side, one facing the front, one facing the back.
Yeah.
Right. Put our guards here like so. And you are at the front, facing the front, I assume.
Yep.
Yep. And our young boy is also at the front, facing the front. This guy's facing forward. This guy's facing backwards. Oh, he won't stand up. I'll switch him for a different one. What have I got? You look like you'll stand up. Okay. All right. So that's basically how it looks. Is that kind of, hang on. I can go down here and get a bit closer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Okay. Yes, okay.
All right.
Glad I don't know what that is, but I get an idea. Yeah, I'll come.
Okay. All right. So you get to the first guardhouse or the first checkpoint, and you have to wait for about 15 minutes just to get out of the city because, first of all, there is a couple of guards at the gate, and they're stopping everybody who goes through. Here's one, and here's another one. And they, as you approach, you sit there and they check the carts in front of you, and you see them poking around and having a look. And people go through, and they're also checking to see if people are sick as well. You see one lady that's sick, and they literally just drag her off and take her around the corner, and she disappears. And she's separated from her family and her children, and they just take her away. And then these other 2 guards replace those 2 guards, and then you basically come up to the checkpoint. And the first guard comes up and he's halt. And you come up. He comes
Good
up to you.
morrow to you. Good morrow to you, young one.
What's your business?
Oh, they're having some kind of do, and they need these hay bales and all this equipment for this do of theirs.
Who is they?
Oh, the priest.
I don't know. I don't know who. You better tell me. Tell me quick. There's people waiting. Hurry up.
You know the priest. The priest.
What priests?
And I named the priest that,
Right, the Daughters of Twilight.
Yeah, the Daughters of Twilight. They need this stuff for some thing they're having. I don't care what they're having. Yeah.
Have you got a record for this?
Have I got a record for this?
Where's your paperwork?
I take out the paperwork. I'm assuming I got them.
I will say you've got paperwork. All right, you take out your paperwork and you show it to the guard, and he looks it over. He's like, all right then, and what you realize is that he actually can't fucking read.
Would you like me to tell you what it says?
No, I'm fine, thank you. He gives it back to you. Right, on your way. And he taps the back of the oxen. The oxen starts moving again.
Oh, you stupid animal. Go.
Right, so now you...
boy, didn't I tell you this was going to be a good trip? You seen a soldier now, real one, yes?
The boy leans over to you and he's like, why are you talking funny?
Oh, don't worry about that, boy. I'll do my thing, you do your thing.
All right, so the oxen keeps going and you travel up the street and down some cobblestone alley, and actually the road's quite wide here. Where's me map of Vane Gate? Stop share. I'm gonna pull out a map for you. Okay. All right, so this is Vane Gate.
Yes.
All right, and you're going from like somewhere in here through where are the gates? Right, you come through a gate here and you cross a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see all around here these are wharves. Yeah. And it's quite a big river that runs through the middle of the city, or between the 2 main cities. And you see these huge curved walls that go around each of these circular parts of the city.
Okay.
Right. And you can see the towers in the distance of the northern quarter. And you can see the golden sheen shining off the roofs of the temples and what have you. And you can see these huge keeps. So in the center of each of these separate cities is a massive walled circular keep. And the walls themselves are huge. And each of the walls has many guard towers along the tops of it. Right? And you can see there's archers and crossbowmen, and there's spearmen, and on the ground there are pikemen. All of the soldiers are armed with pikes and what have you. So you come across here. I wonder if I can draw on this. I'm not sure if I can.
Didn't you do it before?
Yes, I did. So you can do this. Can you see my blue line?
Blue line. No. Yeah, I saw that blue line. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so you travel up through here and across there. And then once you're in here, you travel between some buildings up to this road. right?
Okay.
And you travel down around this through the square, and this is milling with people and shops and carts and people selling food, and you can smell all the food and also a lot of horse shit.
Okay.
And you keep moving down here, and you get back on the road, and then you travel inwards until you get to here, and you turn right, and you're going along. This road is much higher now. You're up the top of another hill, looking downwards. Like this is all downwards,
Okay.
basically. And here,
It's good. I'm not afraid of heights.
here is the temple that you're supposed to go to.
Okay. So that's the equivalent of from here to New Lynn, then.
Oh, at least. I mean, it's but by cart, so it's very slow. This takes
Okay.
like 45 minutes to get this far. Right?
Okay.
It's a very long way by cart. I mean, you're barely going faster than walking speed,
Okay.
most of the time. And you're having to
Yep.
wait for people, and you're having to wait for every checkpoint and what have you.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I've got to answer the door. I'm going to have a camera. Woot woot.
Whoa, look at you. Yay.
Yeah, right. Yay.
Going to be able to see your face. I don't know. That's good.
I'm not sure if that's a lucky thing or not.
No, I think we can go back to being how we were.
Right. Okay, so you get the general. Right.
Yeah, I know where I'm headed now.
All right.
I know where I'm headed. Yep.
Now I'm going to see if I can add my video into this. Aha.
Oh, there you are. Yes.
There we go.
I was right. Let's go back to the way it was.
Ah, so rude. So rude, Barry Tahira. So rude.
Look, you can't get all this classy role playing without a little bit of sarcasm.
Well, that's true. That's true. All right, so
Okay.
you make your way and you get to the temple. Now the actual temple. Actually, I don't have a map of the outside of it, so that's not important. I guess I could make up something on here though. So you basically find yourself, let's say, this
Excuse me, what are these women called again?
the Daughters of Twilight.
The Daughters of Twilight.
Yeah. And your contact is a dude called Milmore Glass.
What was that?
Milmore.
No more.
Milmore Glass.
No more glass.
Yeah. Milmore Glass. And you get to this alley off the side. So it's like this. So it makes a bit more sense.
Does the alley look clear?
Yep. Yep. But the whole time you're suspicious. Okay, this one. So it says stairs there. Take that out actually. Normal wall. All right. So you guys come in and you park up, and there's this very small fellow. I don't know if you can see him. Anyway, that's him. No more glass. And he's over here. He's got a barrel, a set of stairs next to him. And there's a male elf standing nearby. Over there. Well, you can't see all of this, can you? Damn it.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Here we go. Okay, so Milford is here.
Okay.
And behind him is a barrel. This is a set of stairs that go up to a door. Just put the door in there. Up the top. It's on the next level. That's the main street. So there's people milling about on the street over there. And a bunch of people. All right. And you pull up here, and this guy steps forward and draws out his short sword. Hang on, where's my picture? There it is. Okay. So the elf steps forward and he says, "Halt." Halt.
I'm halting.
Okay.
I'm here to see Mr. Milford Glass.
He looks over his shoulder, and the gnome gets up and walks over to you guys. He says, "Are you Milford Brixton?"
That would be me.
Actually, no, he doesn't. He says, You must be Milford Brixton. Is that who you are?"
That'd be who I am.
"Ah, Milford Brixton. All right then. Why don't you come over here, and I think you might have to unload your things over here, please. Approximately over by the stairs would be a good place for that. I'm going to need you to bring the cart a bit closer. Come on, move on. Don't have time for all of this waiting around. I've been here for 5
Perhaps you'd like to step a little bit that way.
You're late. I'll get out of the way.
Okay.
Right.
I
So-
move the cart to where he says,
All
but
right.
I whisper to the men to keep their eyes open,
All right.
just in case he's not no more glass.
Right. So,
Okay.
all right. So you've got a box for me. Is that right?
I've got a bale of hay for you, and he takes out the bale of hay.
I didn't ask for a bale of hay. I asked for a box. If you don't have a box, you've got the wrong.
My lord,
wrong
my
thing.
lord, my lord, the
Oh,
bale of hay.
don't call me my lord. I'm not any kind of lord. All right. I'm just a quartermaster here.
Excuse me,
Alright.
Mr. The
Glass. Mr.
box
Glass.
is in the hay.
Oh, I see. You're being all discreet then. Is that what this is? All right. Well, fine. That's probably a good idea then. I didn't realize this was going to be such a big deal. All right.
I just like to do everything carefully.
Well, yeah. All right. Very good then. Get your bale of hay and let's have a look.
I get the guys to get more than one bale of hay. And I go
Right.
past them and say quickly, "This is yours. The rest is just for show."
All right. So while you're doing that, I'll get you to roll perception.
Mm.
Do.
I roll it with great moist and gusto. Whew.
Right.
And it gives me exactly what I need.
Right. So you're going to roll perception. You roll a 12 plus 2, 14. All right, that's very good. I'm going
Not
to
really what I wanted, but okay.
just check something. What I need is NPCs. NPCs. Where are my NPCs? Milford Glass.
Don't worry, I can't see any of that anyway.
Well,
You know, so I can't say, oh, I know what he does now. Ah,
Right. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just make it up.
good. One day you'll be a good GM.
I know, one day.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yep. It's all about that preparation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice some of the peasants in the crowd who've been standing around, milling about, starting to move through the crowd in your direction. You can count 3 of them.
Get the box inside.
Okay, so you're racing to get the box up the stairs when initiative, because somebody fires a crossbow at your direction.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to your character sheet. All right, so it's initiative plus 3. Oh, a 19. Fuck yeah. 22. Wow. All right, I'll roll some initiative for the other people around here. Okay, so that's good. So we have a 19, 16, 14. No, that was all right. So what are you going to do? You actually get to react first before anybody does anything because you have such high dexterity.
Am I inside now?
No, you're not. You're actually just moving the stuff from the cart. So this is when you're unloading the hay bales.
Okay. I get the guards to go behind the hay bales on the cart, using them as cover.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move everything up so it's in the right actual place then. So we have a really specific view of stuff.
And I take off with the hay bale.
Okay.
While they fight whatever's coming.
All right. So you're going to try and get the hay bale up the stairs.
Yep.
All right. All right. So you're basically running. So you're going to use your dash action. You're being weighed down by this hay bale, so you can use about half your speed. You can move 30 feet per thing, so it's 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3. So you get to here. You get to the door in that time. Milmore, however, hasn't unlocked the door yet, and he's still at the bottom of the stairs. One of the guards fires. He's going to draw a sword, and this guy's going to attack him. This guy's going to. So they're in combat. This guy is behind the oxen, and he's trying to get into place. Who the hell is this? That's one of the bad guys. Okay, so here's one of these. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies. In the end, there's actually 4 enemies that you can see.
Okay.
And you've got another guy with you down the bottom who's an elf there. And basically this wall is the back of the temple complex, and this temple complex is fucking huge, by the way. It's massive. It's like a little city of its own. Okay, so you get to the top of the stairs. These 2 are fighting. So you took your turn. You get to 2, so they're not getting anywhere. The other 2 are fighting. It's 9. It's 5. They're not getting anywhere. Milmore. Okay, what you notice is Milmore Glass. He points his hand like this, and you see these 3 arrows materialize in the air right in front of you. Like they just appear there, like blue arrows. They look like crossbow bolts about this long.
Okay.
And they just materialize, and they sit there for a moment, and then they go, and he does. Well, the first one just kills this guy here. Off, he's dead. one of them hits this guy, but he doesn't die. He just manages to, he's still alive. And he's still in combat with this guy. Now it's your turn again. You're at the top of the stairs. What are you going to do now? You're still holding a hay bale, and it's got a box in it.
Yep. And the door's locked still?
Yep.
Okay, this is where I put down the hay bale and pick the lock.
Okay, so you're going to try picking the lock. Okay, so you're under pressure trying to pick the lock.
And I'm saying to myself, don't think about the battle. Don't look at the battle. Don't look at the battle. Think of the lock. Don't look at the battle. Think of the lock.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Okay, that's cool. Let's get 5 of them. Okay. Right. Well, while that's going on, Milmore, you hear this sound behind you, but you don't know what it is, and you see a flash of red light. So you actually don't know what's going on behind you. You're trying to pick the lock.
Yep.
So that's going to be thieves' tools. You get +2 dex bonus. Oh, it's not unlocking. It's not unlocking. In fact, after a moment, you notice the lock glows very briefly. It begins to glow. Okay. And then suddenly you see a flash of light and poof, you get knocked back with this shocking wave of energy right down to the bottom of the stairs. And you land next to the cart on your back. And your thieves' tools go scattering across the floor, landing in the dirt. And you're like, what the fuck was that? So I'm going to make an Arcana check for you.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously that door had some kind of magical lock on it.
Yep. I figured that out just a little too late.
Right, just a little too late. So yeah, the answer to that is don't go trying to break into the Order of the Daughters of the Temple of Twilight, because they will fuck you up.
Okay, but my box, however, and my hay?
You dropped it at the top of the stairs.
Okay, but they're all right at the top of the stairs?
Seems to be intact, yes.
Okay, well I go...
It's starting to slide down the stairs, and it's starting to go down the stairs towards me.
I grab my stuff and run up to stop it from sliding.
Okay, well, it's... All right, so that was your turn. Okay, so this guy's dead. Oh dear. One of your guards is down, the lanky one. All right, and you see another flash of light. You see Milmore Glass point his finger again, and this blaze of fire just comes out of his hand and materializes, and it's like a bolt of fire, and it hits this guy over here. So let me just double check what that does.
So one of my guards is dead.
One of your guards, well, he's at least incapacitated. You're not sure if he's absolutely dead, but he might as well be right now. I think it's a D6 or a D8. Oh, wow. Okay, 1d10. That's pretty awesome. Oh, okay, so this guy's, he's dead. So there's one left, and that guy just turns and runs off. He runs off into the crowd and starts blending with the crowd. You can see him because you're on the ground. You're just getting up off the ground over here and dusting yourself off. And all of your thieves' tools are on the floor, by the way, just here. You can see him through the legs of the oxen and through the dust in this very sunny, shiny day in the sort of sandy, orange-colored sand.
Even if I took off at a rate, I wouldn't catch him, eh?
You might be able to catch him if you ran quickly. You could try.
I'll give it a go.
Yep.
I'll make
Alright.
sure that I'll shut the door behind me.
All right. The door's not open. It's still
And
locked, right?
the other door I came through to get to the stairs.
You didn't come through any doors to get to the stairs.
Okay, I run after the dude.
All right. So you go chasing after him. All right. So we're just going to make some dex checks.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Athletics, actually.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And the other guy, he's going to make an athletics check. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're catching up to him quite quickly at the moment. Your athletics again. Oh, man, not doing very well with that. He's going to try again. Nothing changes. You're still chasing him down the street. He's not running away, but you're not catching up yet at this point either. Another athletics check. Oh man. Okay, you trip over, and you basically land on your face next to a pile of manure.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, and you see him go around the corner into an alley, and he's gone.
I give up the chase and run back to where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, so you get back here. All right, he's gone.
Try and clean myself up if I see some water near.
All right. Why is that not sharing? What the hell? Did I not share my screen for that whole combat? Oh well, fuck it. Never mind.
Never mind.
Okay. Wow, that was very exciting, wasn't it? Says Milmore. It seems like you've got some friends.
No, they're definitely not friends.
We better get your friend here inside before he passes away completely. He's in trouble by the looks of it. Look at that. He's got a big hole in
I
him.
help him.
He's going to have to be carried, I'd say. Why don't you get one of those? Hang on a minute.
You, Muscles, you.
Yeah. All right, then. So they drag him up the stairs. Milmore goes up the stairs and he waves his hand around a bit, and there's a flash of light and the door opens. And you go inside, and there's this marble room with very nice floors. Like, it looks quite different on the inside to the outside. It's very nice inside. It's like a palace. And he takes you down this corridor, and there's this, everything's painted, well, everything's marble and white. And it's very shiny, and there's crystals and places that are shining light out of them and reflecting light everywhere, and it's all very... Okay.
How much do I think they'd be worth?
You couldn't even imagine. You've never seen anything like this before.
If this building falls down, I'm going to make sure and get some stuff.
Right. And there's pillars, and it's like a shining crystal palace.
Yeah.
On the inside. And it's got some really strange lights, or light, should I say, that comes from places. It not even seems to be coming from anywhere. You're not even sure where it's coming from sometimes.
Okay.
And they take you into this room, and there's a lady there wearing these purple robes. She's clearly an elf. And she says, "You called, Milmore. What is it?" He says, "Well, my friend here, he's got a bit of a gash in his belly, and it looks like he's going to need a bit of help. He thought you might be able to fix him up before he dies." "Very well, Milmore," she says. And you see her bend over your friend here, and she uses her divine powers to heal him by laying her hands on his wounds. And when her hands come away, they're covered in blood. But then there's no blood on his stomach anymore.
Okay.
And then she goes and she washes her hands in a basin. She says, "So, you have come to the Order of the Daughters of Twilight. How can we help you?"
I have a box for you.
Yes, he does have a box. He's got the box that was supposed to be delivered last night and didn't make it for some reason. They told us it wasn't going to come. So they delivered it now, and I've been standing outside in the hot sun for about an hour waiting for them. Is that so? Well, very well. Where is this box? It's over there.
It's in the middle of the hay bale.
In the middle of the hay bale.
Yes.
Very well then. So she goes over to the hay bale, and Milmore takes out a knife, and he starts cutting through the hay bale. Oh, look at that. There's a box in here after all. You weren't lying. That's good to know. But it's not the box I asked for. This is some sort of crate, isn't it? I'm looking for a box made of steel.
It's in the crate. It's in the crate.
It's in the crate. Well, you better open it up for me, because I don't have the key, do I? Oh, very nice. And he opens it up, and there is this beautiful bejeweled box inside of it. Oh,
I understand you have a box for me in return.
Oh yeah, we do. We do have a box for you. You just give us a moment, and I'll get it out for you. So why don't you come with me, and we'll let your friend rest here for a while with the clerics. All right?
All right.
You think he'll be able to find his way home, or are you going to wait around for him?
I think he's intelligent enough to do that. Aren't you, my good friend? I say.
Yes, I think I can make my way home, my lord.
Well done.
All right, then I'll see you later. Say thanks to the boss. He can put my money in the slot. Would be good. You know, he knows the place.
Yep.
All right then. Yeah. Sorry, I failed you.
No, you did well. You did well. Excellently. Well done.
Meanwhile, the little boy's watching all this shit going, wow. Like, oh. Well, look at you, son. You're just standing there gormless. Like you've never seen magic before. Have you never seen magic before? You're in the Temple of the Daughters of Twilight. They've got the most magic of anybody in the whole world. Yeah, you'd be surprised what they can do around here. Yeah. So anyway, you best be off then. I better get you your box, and I'll send you on your way. How does that sound then?
Sounds great.
Very well then. Why don't you
put it in the hay and put it where it's supposed to be. The other one was put.
All right. So they pull out this other box. It looks a lot like the crate that you originally had too. Actually, no. He pulls out a box that looks a lot like the actual box. Right. And you see him cast a spell on it and transforms it into a wooden crate.
Mm-hmm.
Like some kind of illusion that just sits over the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
He says, right, well, that's probably going to last for a little while. I'm not sure how long exactly, but you better get on your way.
Ed, it's been a pleasure knowing you.
There's a problem, though. I'm going to have to come with you, otherwise that's going to disappear. It's going to go outside of my range. I'm going to have to come with you. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Oh, well.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll try and make it as comfortable as possible.
Don't particularly like oxen. No, don't really. But never mind. All right, let's get on this cart of yours.
Okay.
You're right. It's not very comfortable, is it?
Well, guys, arrange the hay bales so they're like a seat. Make it comfortable there.
Okay, they do that. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. That's yeah. Do you think we could cover it with some cloth or something?
We've got a blanket here.
That's just royal, that is. Oh, I feel like royalty now. Oh, that's great. Yeah, okay, let's go then.
If you could keep your eyes wide open while you're traveling, it'd be nice. We go on a merry way, but this time I'm extra careful in looking around.
Okay.
Where was my friend in all this action?
Your friend?
Yeah, the one who follows me everywhere.
Oh, you don't know where he is.
Well, that was a great help. Thank you.
Presumably, he's not there to help you. He's just there to make sure that you do the job.
Yeah, great.
Right.
We do. I'm looking for enemies. And that guy that got away, just in case he shows up.
Right. Well, as you're going down the street, you see there's a dude on top of a rooftop who's watching you, and he runs along the top of the rooftop about as far as he can, and then you guys go around a corner, and you don't know where he goes after that. You don't know whether he's still following you or not, but he definitely saw you leave.
I inform the others and tell them to watch.
What are you telling me? There's someone following us?
There was somebody on a rooftop.
Oh dear. Someone on the rooftop then, eh? Oh dear. Can't have that. Well, never mind. If he comes down here, I'll give him what for. How about that?
Yep. If you see him up there, give him what for again.
Oh, I'll keep an eye out for him.
Good on you.
Yeah. So what's your name anyway, son?
Names. Are they really that important?
Well, if I'm going to be dealing with you, and I'm going to have to call you something, otherwise I'm going to make up a name, and you probably won't like it.
Milford.
Milford. All right, Milford. I can call you Milf, or Milford, Ford, Milford. There you go.
Milford, yeah. As long as you don't call me late for dinner, I'll be fine.
Late for dinner? No, I don't think I'll call you late for dinner. Mostly because I don't anticipate you and me sitting down at a table anytime soon.
Well, look at it this way. I never anticipated being with you in a wagon.
Well, that's true as well. Well, do you like sugar plums?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to get one. We're going to stop the wagon just around this corner. I'm going to get a sugar plum because I like sugar plums.
Why don't I get the boy to get out and get us some sugar plums and you stay put?
Well, right, but he's going to have to pay for them. I wasn't going to pay for them.
You're not a thief, are you, boy?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not a thief. I'm an honest chap. No, sir. I'm a good boy. I promise.
Take some. This gentleman is going to give you some money, and you're going to get him.
Wait a minute. I didn't say anything about giving anybody any money. Hell no, I'm not going to give anybody any money. I'm going to have a sugar plum.
You want a sugar plum?
I do. I don't know what you want. I don't know if you want anything. It's none of my business, is it? But pull a damn card.
What's your name again?
My name is Milmore Glass.
No, mate.
Look, don't you be calling me Mil, right? It's Milmore Glass.
Milmore Glass. Milmore.
Yes.
If we stop, whoever's following us will catch up with us.
It's all right. We'll do something about that when it happens, won't we? These common thugs have got
You missed the point. I don't want to do anything about anything. I just want to get back to my target so I can deliver the bowl.
Wait a minute. You're getting paid, aren't you?
Yes.
You're getting paid, right.
Are you getting paid?
Well, yes, I do get paid, but that's not any part of the point here because I'm not getting paid for this particular job, you see.
All right, no more. But being on your own head.
All right, we'll stop the car.
I do.
He gets off the top of the car and he walks over to a stand and you can roll your perception.
Any one of those.
17, nice. 19, 17 plus 2 is 19, okay. You see two of these guys coming through the crowd towards Milmore. As he's, yes, that's the one. I want that one there. Yeah, and I want you to put the thing on it, right? So you pull out a short bow?
Yep.
All right. And are you going to shoot at them or what?
I'm going to shoot at them if they get too close to Milmore.
Okay. So they seem to be moving up on Milmore from behind, and Milmore's buying its frickin' candy right now. And you see these two guys getting closer and closer.
Milmore, behind you!
Milmore's like, just wait a minute. Oh, just about.
I fire the arrow at them.
Okay, so you shoot. Okay, and it's surprise attack, so you get 22, and your damage is going to be 4 plus 7 points of damage. This guy's got... Oh, wow. Okay, you put him down. The first guy just goes down.
You
All right.
don't move.
The second guy sees his buddy go down. Milford turns around to see the first guy get shot basically in the throat. And he starts... Milford starts reaching into his pockets. The second guy, so now it's initiative, basically. So I'm going to roll initiative for the bad guy. Okay. And we'll get you to roll initiative. I hate initiative, but that's the rules.
Why do you?
Because it gets in the way of story. 13 plus 3 is 16. Okay, so you come about the same time as the second guy. Your other bodyguard gets an 18, actually, so he's remarkably fast off the bat. Okay, so what happens is second guard, the one that didn't stay behind, immediately leaps off the cart, jumping with a huge overhead strike at the guy that's attacking Milford. And he rolls to hit, and he totally fails and lands on his ass. The guy that's attacking Milford takes a shot, and he totally fails as Milford turns around and just basically sidesteps out from underneath his blade. Then the second attacker attacks. Oh my God, and he drops his weapon. What a bunch of completely inadequate idiots.
Can I shoot my next arrow yet?
At this point, now it's your attack. So
Okay, fire my next arrow.
Fire your next arrow. Oh, with a 19 plus 5 is 24. With your short bow, 1d6 plus 3, 6 points of damage, plus 3 is 9. That guy had, oops, let's see, 6. Okay, he's down as well. Okay, that leaves one, and this time, the one that's left, again, the one that's left runs away.
I will follow him and try and hit him if there's no danger to the crowd.
Right, you're going to try and shoot him again?
Yep.
All right. So you get an opportunity, attack of opportunity is what it's called.
Yeah.
So here you go. 4 plus 5 is 9. Unfortunately, your attack misses. And it just goes into the wall. And he manages to escape around the corner.
Okay.
So Milford gets back onto the cart. He doesn't say anything. And he starts eating his candy.
Okay, I just continue on the journey.
So that's not bad, is it? I got you one if you want one. I got everyone one, actually. There's one for you. One for the boy.
Thank you, Neil.
Yeah, there you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you.
So, yeah.
I don't need mine.
You don't want that. I bought that for you.
I want to keep it. I want to keep it for later. I'm too busy concentrating.
All right, then. Suit yourself. As you will, as you were. That's fine. So eventually you get back to the house on the other side of the city. Back to Basil's house.
Okay. My lord.
And you open up the side door and you go in and you take the boxes out and unload them.
Yep.
Milmore's still with you at the moment. He comes up to about your hip, by the way.
Okay.
He's tiny. He's like a 7-year-old child in size.
Okay.
But he's got a beard. Not much of a beard, just a tiny one.
No more?
Yeah, what?
How are you getting home?
Oh, I'll rent a pony or something, I suppose.
I'm sure we can arrange for you to be taken home.
Oh, well, let's have a look then. Just do what you can. Oh, just wait downstairs then, shall I? Or you want me to come upstairs? I don't mind.
Come up. I'm sure the Lord would like to meet you.
Oh, well, we'll see. Why don't you go and tell him I'm here, and then he can make his own decisions about that.
I will go and do just that.
All
And
right. All right, so you go upstairs.
I take the box as well upstairs.
Okay. All right, and Jaeger is there. Ah, you've returned. And you have the
Yes,
box. Very good, well done. That's my lad. Right, we'll just set it down over there.
good. I have Milmore. Would you like to meet him?
I've met Milmore.
Mm.
Milmore Glass once or twice. Yes, you can invite him in if you like. Bring him upstairs.
I'll go and get him, my lord.
Very well.
Bow.
Did you have any trouble?
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit of trouble. Well,
Yes,
we'll wait till you
yes.
get back up here and we can talk about that. So you go down and you bring in all the stuff and you bring in Milmore and everybody comes upstairs and
Yeah.
some food is served at the big stone table out on the balcony. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you have grapes and cold cuts of meat and some cold tea, and there's some wine, mulled wine, and sandwiches.
Do I recognize any of the men? Like, were they my friends' men?
Let's see. When you think about it, no, you couldn't tell. They were wearing hoods and sort of very nondescript clothing, and you didn't really get a good look at them.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So that's how that went. All right. So everything's returned. All right then. Well, it seems like you've managed to get back here all intact, and you've got your box and everything. I'm very impressed. And oh, Milmore, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Yes, it has been a long time, hasn't it? I've not seen you for some years. I wasn't expecting to come over here today, actually, but it seems like circumstances required it. Yeah. All right. Well, you're welcome to stay for a while if you like. You can stay and have your feast or meal with us if you will. You're quite welcome. In any case, I can provide you with an escort to take you back again. Lad, do you think you can escort Milmore back to his temple after his meal?
Oh, of course, my lord.
Excellent. This turns out you're quite useful then, isn't it? Well,
Glad to be of service, my lord.
I must say, by the way, that your young lad here, this one here, the one that was on the cart with me, what was he? The one with the bow. He's a pretty good shot with a bow, from what I saw there. He's yeah, not bad at all. He's not very good at opening doors, though. He tried to open the back door to the temple and he just about knocked himself out. Wasn't very impressed at all. Probably should have asked me first before trying to get in my door. Is that right? Is that right, lad? Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened, my lord.
I see. Well, I suppose you weren't to know that the Daughters of Twilight like to keep their doors locked. And I mean locked.
I was just thinking about surviving, mostly.
Well, no. You can make fun of the boy all you want, but the truth is, he did the right thing. He tried to get the box upstairs. He wasn't mucking around. He could have been messing around trying to fight those hooligans and whatnot, but we had people for that, and they were doing a good job too. One of them was quite hurt, in fact. What's his name? The young one. The other one was the lanky one. Anyway, he's going to come back a bit later when he's all fixed up. The clerics up there are going to fix him up just right and good, and he'll be proper back on his way. I see that. Well, excellent, says the dwarf. Well, this is very good food you've got here. I'm quite impressed. I haven't had any of these for a while. Is this some sort of dwarven stew? Aye, that is a dwarven stew. You're very astute for a gnome. Well, wait a minute. We gnomes are very astute. It's not as if it's a gnomic thing or anything. You're not being racist, are you? Racist? What are you, racist? Well, I think I probably should leave about now.
Gentlemen. Please.
You just probably should stay out of that, all right?
Fascinating banter, but don't we have to get you home no more?
I think it's probably about time I left. Make myself scarce, I think, about now. All right, and he hops off his chair and plops onto his, he's only about as tall as the chair, probably not even as tall as the chair. And, right, and you take him back down to the cart, or are you going to take horses or something?
Oh no, I'll ask him what he's comfortable with. Are you comfortable with the cart or horses?
I don't mind either way. It doesn't bother me much.
We'll do horses, all right?
As long as they're not big horses. I don't like big horses, You have to find a small horse that's about the right size because, I'm of small stature.
I look at one of the servants and say, have we got a Shetland pony by any stretch of the imagination? A small pony?
She looks at you like, a small pony. A small pony. I don't think we've got a small pony. I've got
donkey.
There's a horse owner around the corner, just like a block from here, and he's got some horses and some ponies that you can rent for a few silver pieces for a day.
Come with me, Milford.
Right, sounds like we're going to be renting ourselves some ponies then.
Well, you are.
Oh, all right then. Fine. So you go down and you get to the stable with the rent a horse.
Yep, I rent a horse. I rent a pony for my friend.
Right.
Very sturdy looking pony.
All right.
And a horse for me.
All right.
Oh, is there a mule there by any chance?
There is a mule.
Because they're bloody good animals, really. I don't know why people don't use them more. Because they're good at climbing rocks and everything else.
Right. Not very useful in a city, but yes.
No, I'll get the mule.
All right. You get a mule.
Okay. And I'll ride the mule.
Very well. So you're on a mule, and he gets on a very prancy little pony that's very skittish.
Yeah.
Stop going over there. Don't stop trying to eat the grass. Those flowers are not yours. Get your head out of the garden. That's not yours to eat. That belongs to that nice lady over there. Leave her stuff alone.
Okay, I start the journey.
All right. So you head back, all the way back across the city.
Yeah.
You go through the guard posts again.
I look out for my friend that always follows me.
All right.
Yes, just checking.
You don't see him.
Okay, I don't see him. Okay.
No.
All right, I keep it going. I look out for any bad guys as well, but you know what I mean.
All right.
Yeah. Because Lord knows they could be out the Milford.
They could be. That's true. That's true. So you travel back across the city, and you reach the daughter of the order of the daughter of the Temple of Twilight.
Yep.
Something like that. And Milmore says to you, well, that's really pretty much it then. You're welcome to come in for a drink if you want.
Oh no, good to meet you. I should be heading home.
Yeah, look, if you find yourself without employment, you should come and talk to me, because I also have a number of jobs.
Oh, you do?
I do in fact have a job coming up shortly that I need someone for.
And you might be just exactly the one for it, actually. You seem to be quite astute. You seem to know what's important at the right time. And that's what I'm looking for, is someone who can actually assess the situation as it is unfolding, which is not actually very common among most adventurers. Hire a bunch of adventurers and they don't come back. You've already paid them half up front, and that's the end of your gold. You might as well not have paid them in the first place. You'd be richer then. So
I understand.
now I have this problem. Fortunately, mostly it's not my gold anyway, but I don't appreciate it. Especially, you see, the problem is that I'm the quartermaster here, and my job basically entails outfitting people. And I have to, give people things to use when they go on their various kinds of missions and things. And so if I give someone a bunch of stuff and they're the wrong person for the job, quite often they don't come back with it. So I have to send more people. And if they don't come back with their stuff either, then I've lost 2 lots of stuff and I have to send a 3rd lot out there to find it. It might take 5 goes before I get my stuff back.
No more. If I did a job for you, there is only one thing I would ask.
What's that?
1, that you pay me.
That's 2 things already then, isn't it?
And 2, that you buy the meal for me.
Buy you a mule?
Yes.
Why don't you buy your own mule? It's not worth very much. It's just a mule.
There's more to that creature than you'll ever understand. It's sturdy. It can climb where other horses can't reach. There's a variety of things that a mule can be used for, but I never could afford one.
Well, if you keep working for, what's his name? The fella I'm talking about, Drelzale Strongenthurm.
The one you did, yes.
Drelzale Strongenthurm. Keep working for him. You won't be poor for long, my son, because that fellow has got his fingers in all kinds of pies. All kinds of pies.
And if I worked for you, would I be working for him as well, or?
Well, that's a good question, you see, because the thing is, so I work for the Daughters of Twilight and on a kind of contractual basis, and I have a contract with them, and it's not entirely exclusive, which means that I can occasionally do work for other people as well. And I would expect that if you were to work for us, you'd be subcontracting under me. So I would be working for the Daughters of Twilight, and then you'd be working for me. So I'd have a contract with them, and then you'd have a contract with me. Now, your contract might be for 1 job, or it could be for 5 jobs, or it might be indefinite, where you just get called in every now and again. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understood.
So, I mean, sometimes I've got jobs that involve Stormengold, and various others. So, yeah, basically what I'm saying is, if you need some kind of job and you've got an opening, you should come and see me, because I quite often have something going.
Good. I'll keep that in mind.
Right. And I've got one job in particular coming up, probably might be tomorrow actually, that I might get you to think about. What it involves is it's going to be a bit of a trip though. There's a bit of a journey involved. And you'd have to travel some way up north into the cold. If you don't like the cold, well, it would be a bit tough, but you look like you're a real man.
Thank you.
So I'd hope that you'd be all right with that. And there's what is it?
Is there a mule in the deal?
Oh, right, then I'll give you a freaking mule. You probably need a mule to get there in the first place, I suppose.
I need saddlebags as well, and saddle.
Yeah, well, you see, I sent a bunch of adventurers up north the other day, and I was, I didn't actually personally send them, but I was aware of their being sent. Shall we say that? You see, there's a bit of a mystery going on up in the northern sky reaches, in a place called Graymoor. Have you ever heard of Graymoor?
I have.
You have? I'm surprised. Not many people have heard of Graymoor.
More, apparently.
Well, that's up in the Frostmoors. Yes, all the Frostmoors. Very
I heard about it from one of my friends at the inn. Yes.
well. It's basically the furthest away place you can possibly get before you fall off the map,
I see.
or otherwise you get absorbed by the snow and the ice, basically.
So what, pray tell, is the problem?
Well, you see, nobody really knows. There's been a few ravens that have come back from up there, and a few people have gone missing or died, I understand. And so the Crown Warden has sent the Wardens of Justice up there, and unfortunately, they didn't have anybody to send initially, so they had to put in a ballot from the citizenry of Fangate, and they pulled some names out of some hats, and they gave out some Warden badges, as it were, certificates actually. So I'm not sure that the scrap they sent up there is actually going to be up to the task.
Ah,
So I'm thinking maybe someone with your kind of your skill set, someone that's got some expertise, shall we say, investigating things.
yes.
It might be of some kind of an asset to this particular group of adventurers, I guess is what you call them.
I'll tell you what, Philma, send me the details. I'll have a look at it, and I'll make my way up there tomorrow.
I would get going as soon as possible, but you're going to need a warden certificate. So before you go, you better come back and find me, because I'm going to be arranging one for you. What I do need is your full name and title, so that I can give you the official documentation.
I tell him my full name and not.
Right, I'm just going to write that all down. Right, he does. Right, so I'm going to send this to the Premonstrator, who's the, do you know Lord Duncan, the Premonstrator? Anyway, he's going to sign this, and it's going to be all official-like. And so you are going to be an actual Warden of the Justice, which is, it's quite a big deal. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean shit around here, because this is only going to apply to Graymoor. So in Graymoor, you'll be a Warden of the Justice. In Vanegate, you'll still be a street thug.
Are we going to let the others that are already there know that I'm on my way?
Well, I'll send them a raven to say that someone's coming, and
On a mule with a saddle.
yeah, well, they went up ahead of you, so they've probably got a day's ride ahead of you. They went yesterday.
Ah, I see.
Right. So if you've got anything that you need to do, you should probably get it done now.
All right.
Right.
Do
Yeah.
they have names?
What's that?
Does your team have names and abilities?
Oh, yes, they do. One's name is Varys, and okay, hold on a minute. I'm just going to check. I do have this stuff written down.
Okay.
Materials. One shots. This is so hard. I hate finding documents. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Everything went quiet for a moment.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Right, well, one of them is a dwarf. He's a cleric. He's a kind of a storm cleric, I believe. Can cast a few spells.
Yeah.
And the other one is, I think it's some sort of warlock. That's right. She's a warlock. It's a dark elf warlock. So, you know, I don't know if you know much about these spellcaster types, but yeah.
A little bit.
So, yeah, that's really all you need to know is you've got a spellcaster and you've got a priest, a dwarven priest, and a bit of a shady spellcaster. Oh wait, it's not a drow. She's an Eladrin. He is an Eladrin. That's right. So they're both male. Both of them are boys. And yeah, the Eladrin is a bit lanky and is like what you call a summer elf, which I thought was a bit funny, really, going into the Frostmoors like that as a summer elf, because it's a pretty cold place for a summer elf. I don't know what he's thinking.
I imagine it is.
Yeah, can't say there's probably going to be all that happy. Yeah, very, very charming demeanour, but also seemed to be a bit clueless. Nonetheless, on the
Why
other
did
hand,
you send someone who seems to be a bit clueless?
Oh, no, I didn't send them. They were chosen by a ballot system. Basically, their names were drawn out of a hat.
Oh, I remember you telling me, yes.
And that's why I'm sending you, is because I need to make sure that the team, despite being drawn out of a hat, has at least got some kind of a backbone. Because the war in the West, I'm sure you've heard about the war in the West, is taking up... Yeah, it's taking up all our resources at the moment, and all of our time and energy is going into that, along with all our best people. And it's, unfortunately, it's chewing up a lot of soldiers and a lot of people, a lot of worthwhile people. And, you know, it's leaving us with, we have smaller issues on the outskirts. We have to deal with them by some other means.
Okay. So if you give me the money for the mule now, and the saddlebags.
All right then. I'll get you set up then.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you 25 gold pieces right now.
Thank you.
And I'm going to get you set up with your certificate by the morning.
All right.
So you come by me in the morning, and we'll set that up.
Okay.
All right. So here's 25 gold pieces in advance.
Thank you.
All right. Don't you tell the others that you got paid that, because they didn't.
I will not tell them.
Good. Right. And yeah, keep in mind, this could be dangerous. Nobody really knows what the problem is up there. It's a bit of a mystery. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right.
So you leave the temple.
Yep.
All right. So you get back on your mule. You
Yeah.
take it back to the mule owner.
Yeah.
And you buy it off the mule owner.
Yeah.
And now you own a mule.
Yeah. And I'll look for a saddle. Put
Yep.
on the mule.
Yeah. So you get saddlebags and a saddle and all of the tack and harness that goes with the mule.
Yeah.
And you start preparing for a very cold journey.
Yep.
So what are you gonna do about that?
I must have some winter clothes from the old days. I mean, if I had a great coat, is there a coat that I didn't sell?
Yeah, you've probably got a coat, but you certainly know that the northern sky reaches are going to be. I mean, it's like the city that you're in now, Vaingate, is actually relatively temperate, and even at its coldest, it's not that cold.
Yeah.
Like, it does snow in Vaingate from time to time. Like maybe once a year it snows for like a week or two.
Yeah.
But it's not like a place that's locked in ice for 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You know, this place is like, it only thaws out for about a week.
Okay.
And it
Okay.
goes back to being frozen again.
Okay. Okay. All right. I get supplies.
Look, before you leave, oh no, I'll wait till the next day. That's fine. Okay, so you get supplies.
I tell Thingamajig that I've got a job
Right.
and what the job is.
Well, that's very interesting. So you got yourself another job. Oh, that's interesting. I was going to hire you for another job myself, but seeing as you're busy, I guess I can't. Never mind. I'll wait till you come back. It's fine. Your
Good.
stuff
Thank
will
you.
still be here. You'll have a room downstairs if you need it.
Thank you. Thank you, my lord.
Oh, they're welcome. You are a good son to a good man.
Thank you. And he basically gets ready to go.
All right. So we'll say that you figure out that you're going to need some sort of heavy furs because cloaks
Yeah.
are not going to cut
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I'm talking winter stuff. He starts looking
Yeah.
for winter stuff and
You need Arctic stuff.
yeah. So he gets ready for that Arctic condition.
Right.
And
So
the right kind of boots for that condition and, you know,
right.
fur
Right.
up to the eyeball.
You remember when Philippe and Quinn had to dig holes?
Yes, I
Right.
remember. I
Right.
remember all too well.
There's water in your hole.
Oh, there's water in my hole every time I dig. There's water in my hole. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I
Okay.
set up everything and,
Right.
you know, I got to wait for tomorrow morning anyway.
Right.
And I get some, you know, stuff like apples and carrots and pears for the meal as well.
Right.
He's going to
So
have some treats. I got to keep him happy.
bunch of mule feed.
Yeah.
Right.
I call him imaginative name, Mule. I call him Mule.
All right.
All through the journey, you know, I talk to him,
Okay.
you know.
All right. Well, before you leave, you go to visit Milmore, right?
Yeah.
And he takes you to the Premonstrator's office, which is in the center of the city, where there's it's like where the government houses are.
Yeah.
And you go into these civil servants' offices, and you meet with one of the lords of the city, whose name is Premonstrator Lord Duncan, and he simply sees you. He looks you up and down for about literally 2 seconds, and then he signs on the dotted line on a piece of paper that Milmore Glass hands him.
Yeah.
And they nod and smile to one another, and a small bag of money is transferred across the table quietly without saying a word.
Yeah.
And you get your name signed onto the register of justice wardens and
Okay.
sent on your way. And as you leave, Milmore stops you and he says, there is one other thing I do need to talk to you about. Up there in the north, in the sky reaches, there's a story I heard about a big black stone. All right. Now, if you see this big black stone, or you hear anything about this big black stone, I want you to, well, preferably if you can acquire it, that would be the best thing. But it might be too big. I don't know. There is a very old story about a paladin. It was a girl paladin, actually. If you hold on a second, I'm going to tell you the story. While I just pull it out of my arse. Hang on a second.
You do a lot of that, don't you?
I do. Loady. Right, so this story is about a paladin whose name is Sharaba Lendfort Dukai. It's quite a long name. You want me to write it down?
Lendfort Dukai.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Very good. I'm impressed. So I can write this down for you if you like. Now, this story is about this paladin who went up into the frost moors, and I'm talking about like many centuries ago. This was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
You mean even before you were born?
Oh, very much so. Much older than I am, right? And so it was a girl paladin, and she was a halfling. So she's got plate armor. If you ever see a picture of her, in fact, I've got a picture of her. He goes and gets a book from his shelf, and he shows you this picture of this halfling dressed in plate armor, holding her sword up above her head with her shield and looking extremely heroic. And it looks like good propaganda, basically. So she was a halfling from back in these old times, and she came across this big black stone in the frigid wastelands up north in the sky reaches. Apparently, this stone, according to her, it spoke a name. And nobody knows the name, except maybe some of those people up there in the north, right? And if you can find out the name that it spoke to her, I would very much like you to write that down and tell me what it was. But if you can bring the stone back, that would be even better. But anyway, she found this stone in the middle of nowhere. Now, this is before there was any towns in the sky reaches, okay? So the place was just a wasteland. And I think she basically must have gotten lost. Otherwise, what the hell was she doing there in the first place? Unless the stone had been calling to her, or it had been her destiny. Right? Might have been her destiny. Who knows? Who knows? So anyway, she went home again and she told people about this stone, and then they formed a bit of a team, or what you call it, like a fellowship.
Yeah.
And so they took this fellowship back up out into the sky reaches looking for this stone, and they never found it. They never found it. Never again was it ever seen again. That was the end of that. So that's the story that I know. And anyway, she went off. Apparently, she was cursed. There's some story about a curse. Nobody really knows much about that neither. So she went off into the Banakaya one day, and there she died, all by herself out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. And nobody ever found her. That was the end of Sharaba Lenford Dukai. But she is the founder of that town. So you'll find that some of those towns up there, they treat her a bit like a bit of a saint. So you should probably know this story anyway, just so that you know what's going on. The other thing I can tell you about this place is it's called, used to be called Eastbrook, this town. And it's nearby an old river called the Eastbrook River. It was named by the elves, apparently, hundreds of years before even the humans and the dwarves got there. And so now they call it Graymoor. I don't know why they call it Graymoor. It sounds like a bit of a dull name, to be honest with you. I much prefer Eastbrook. But anyway, it used to be a trade post, and it's still a trade post for hunters and trappers, you know, the kind of people that catch animals and skin them and that kind of thing. And then they sell the skins at the local stores, the trade stores. So Graymoor's like one of those places where the trappers and the hunters meet to exchange their goods. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Right, so they sell bear skins and wolf skins, and occasionally they've got more exotic things, you know, the sorts of things that wander in, like owl bears and things. You ever heard of an owl bear?
No.
Oh, well, you don't want to see an owl bear, because an owl bear will eat you alive. They're huge. It's half an owl and half a bear, and it's about the size of an elephant.
Which half is which?
Well, that's hard to explain. It's all a bit mixed up. But anyway, they settled there. The humans settled up in Graymoor a couple of 100 years back now. A few hundred, probably more than 200 years ago. They cut their first hunting trail through the Frostmoor Pass.
Okay, hold up for a minute. What's that? Oh, leave them there. Don't touch them. You don't need them yet. Just leave it. I'll deal with it later. Go back.
So the river, so there's a river that goes nearby Eastbrook, or we call it Graymoor now, I suppose I should call it by its proper name, Graymoor. The actual river is about a mile out to the west. And it's frozen. Most of the time it's frozen for about 9 months of the year. Everything around there is frozen for about 9 months of the year. Okay. So it's been a very long time since the elves were up there. Anyway, there's a silver mine over here. He shows you on a map. There's a silver
That'd
mine
be
up
good.
here in the mountains. Okay, so what you should know about the silver mine is it used to be dwarves down those silver mines, and they after about one generation they gave up and they just left. They took off. They didn't like it. There's some story about some kind of natural disaster or something that befell them, but no one really knows what that story is. Other people think it was some sort of ancient evil hiding in the mines. It sounds like a bunch of codswallop to me, but you never know. So the silver mine was closed off by the villagers, and the actual story of what happened inside that silver mine, nobody really knows because they don't apparently talk about it. So there's not much more I know about this. They also have some funny traditions up there, funny old traditions. But anyway, that's about as much as I really can tell you. Oh yeah, one other thing is don't go wandering off into the snow, because people that go wandering off up there, if you leave the road, you might never find it again because of the wind and the snow and the ice and what have you.
Understood.
Yeah,
What if they've done exactly that same thing? What do you want me to do then?
Well, there's not much you can do, really. I mean, you can, yeah, I'm not sure. If you find them and they're not there, or if you find them dead or something, there's nothing much you can do, is there? So, in any case, what you do need to do is you need to go to that town, Graymoor, and meet with a fellow whose name is Oswald.
Oswald.
Right, Oswald's going to be your employer when you get there. He's the one that's called for help.
Okay.
I don't know too much about Oswald, except that he's not really like a mayor or anything like that. He's actually a tax collector.
So everybody must love him.
Well, I don't know about that, but the actual sheriff, Sir Thomas, I think his name is Sir Thomas. He's the actual sheriff is dead now, and that's part of the problem. You see, that's one of the reasons they sent ravens to us.
I see.
So basically, you need to go up there and find out what's going on. And once you do know what's going on, I guess you need to fix it. Right.
Okay.
The most important thing here is actually that the townsfolk are safe and that the economy doesn't not collapse. You can't have these people going out of work or running out of food, that kind of thing. It would look very bad for the Empire if our furthermost outpost disappeared off the map. Because people might get the wrong idea.
It would. They could. And we don't want that.
No, we do not want that. We do not want that. So that's going to be your mission.
Well, I'll be seeing you then.
All right then. Well, you have a good night then, and a good trip. Here's your papers. Here's your map. I see you've got that lovely mule. I hope he's fast enough. You have to give him a bit of a poke in the arse to make him go.
No.
All right then.
Midnight's not like that.
Midnight, is that what you called him?
Well, he's black.
All right then. Midnight the mule. Fair enough. Well, enjoy your trip then, sir.
Yeah,
And,
I'm sure I will.
I'll be waiting for your return.
Take care.
All right then. Oh, one last final thing is if you get a raven, if you do get a raven come up there and it's got a message, you can send a message back on it again. If you just poke your message back in its leg, and I should get that message in a reasonably short amount of time, at least a few days, probably 3 days.
All right.
All right.
Is that
Good
it?
luck. That should be it.
Good.
That'll be it because you're off now. All right. And he closes the door.
Okay.
All right.
Get on.
Okay, and that is where I think we should end it, at least officially end the story.
I think we've set it up well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to stop recording.